welcome back to the Location or Phone Boy. Today we are going to be installing all the transfer gears in this transfer case here for the where the power transfers from the main crank all the way to the actual transmission, which is inside the tractor. A few things we had to replace was the pinion gear here. You can see there's a few chips missing off the teeth here. So thanks to Peter from Route 64, we're replacing them with new or used but good parts. So these parts are, this gear is used, but it's a good quality part still, so don't have to worry about that breaking. We also got to replace this gear here. Back gear here is a few teeth missing, and we're going to be replacing it with this gear here. I think there's like 32 teeth on this one, I think, if I remember right. And then we have this big massive gear here. This thing is monstrous. It can almost make a fruit trays out of that thing. It's so big. That one's perfect shape, nothing's wrong with that. Yeah, then we just got our castle nut on the end that we got to put on, and yeah. One other thing from last video I didn't mention, the crank seals here. I just gave the dimensions, but if you're looking to replace the seals that are right inside the casting piece here, they're 39922. 39922. So those are the seal numbers. At this stage of the game, you can still replace them without taking the actual casting off. So if you want to do that while you got it open, now might be a good time. And now you got the number, you can just go to your local seal store and go order that part in, and that'll be 2 of them, right? So yeah, so with that, let's get at it. Alright, so if you get it close into where the pinion shaft lies, this one here, really easy. You just apply a little pressure and it pulls out. So then you can get the gear off, and then it should slide right back in. So that's not hard. I'm just going to clean up this whole area of all the oil and stuff. Clean up all this with some brake cleaner and some rags. Get that cleaned up. So let's make that a quick job for you. So the next step, we'll install the pinion gear first. I'm just going to put a little bit of grease inside. It's not going to hurt anything, just to make sure it's has better start off, I guess. I don't know, but it can't hurt. It's just going to be a little bit, so won't contaminate the oil, make it too thick, and leave big big globs of hard packed grease on the bottom, but just enough so we got off to a good start, I would say. Alright, so I got the inside of this gear cleaned up. Had to do a little bit of filing work around inside these teeth here so the shaft could fit in there better. It seemed a little bit on the tight side, so I filed this side more so than this side, because this side fits a whole lot tighter, or a lot looser on this side. So I just assumed the shaft has a slight tamper to it. So if that's the case, then yeah, we just work around that, and then so now we should just be able to slide this here on, and now it slides far enough in that it'll actually work with this shaft here. So I'm just gonna go get the air compressor, blow this all off again, and then put it on. Again, I'm just gonna put a little bit of grease on the inside here. There we go, just a little bit on the inside there. Now I'm gonna slide it into this, I don't know what you'd call it, but catcher, I guess, I don't know. And that slides right on there. Perfect. All right. And then I can show that it actually works because when you turn it in, that's the 6th gear. So when I pull the shifter shaft all the way out, and then just rotate it in, or the other way, sorry. Okay, there's no such thing as a gear that exists out there, just that way. There we go. Now it slides on, and then that's 6th gear. And then now this guy here slides in, which hooks right into this gear here. See, it slides right in there. So now we got clearance there. Both gears are fitting in together. And then the next gear to go on would be that bigger gear. And that big gear, which is the one that connects to the actual clutch, which is also has a gear on it. It's a little bit tricky because it's heavy and it's in an awkward spot. There we go, now it's on. That lifts a little bit of weight off my arms. There we go. Now that's on. Right now, definitely tell there's a bit of slop and everything, but I guess that's just how things are on these big. I guess that's just how things are on these big tractors, so we'll just leave it that way. Okay, so now this gear is on. Now we got to put on our washer and our castle nut. This here just holds everything together. Just got to tighten that guy up a bit. And I'm just going to go snug this nut up good. And then now we just got to put the cotter pin right through. And then tighten that up. Alright, so that cotter pin's in. And now I got this big transfer case cover where all the oil sits in. So we got this all cleaned out. It's all dry on the inside, so that's perfect. All the oil's cleaned out. We got our gasket here soaking in some more water. And now I got a ratchet strap holding up all the hydraulic lines here, so that way we can just slide it over, because there's about a 2.5 inch gap here we need to get over to actually slide it on. One of the tricky parts is to get this gasket to fit on nice while we're putting the cover on as well. There's no easy way to keep the gasket connected to that steel casting there, so it's going to take a little bit of finicky work there to get all the bolt holes and the lines on the holes in the gasket and the bolt holes, the bolts and the holes in the block here to get all lined up. So it'll be a bit of a tricky bit to get them in, but we'll be able to do it. So that'll be the next steps. Yeah, there's nothing else we got to watch out for. Just the height, we just got to wiggle it over there. Put the gasket on first, of course, and then put it on, and then put all our bolts in. There's got to be, I don't know. Well, we got bolts here. Most of them are long bolts here. We got one really long bolt, and then 5 short bolts. Those go on the bottom corner here, and then all the longer bolts go up go up along here, and then the one long one goes right at the back there. So we'll slide that on. All our shifting and stuff is working good now, so that's good. Everything's taken care of. Yeah. I slid the clutch on, and it misses this part here, so that's perfect. That's what we need. And then, yeah, I don't think there's anything else we can think of before we should be putting this on. So let's get it put on. Alright, so it's sitting on there now. Now we'll just throw in bolts, make sure everything lines up. Okay. Alright everyone, so we got the transfer cover on. All the gaskets in there good. You can see a little bit of water pressing out of it, which is alright. Now it's all installed all the way around. Well, as always, thanks for watching everyone, and hopefully we'll have the clutch and the brake on in the next video. And yeah, So thanks for watching this series on the John Deere 830. It's coming along real well, and getting much closer for first test drive. So with that, we'll see you on the next one.